Hello guys, it's Femke from the Watchbox. I am chilling on the couch here with Lalo on my lap. And I thought, what about if I record a video? And it's kind of like a short review on the area nostalgia. I thought, you know what, let's just make a video about it. There's not a lot of content created by women on YouTube about watches, and I've not seen anyone, like any woman, create a video or feedback video about the area nostalgia. So I thought, why not? So maybe it's a good idea to let me tell you why I bought the watch. It was a complete impulse buy, to be completely honest with you. I saw the video, the release video. I remember I was doing my internship. I was staying away from home. I was staying in another city, and I remember screen sharing the release video from Kieron with Bruno, and I completely fell in love on the spot. And then he mentioned the price, and then I was like, I am buying this right now. This has been my first and my only impulse buy, and until now I've not regretted it. It's a very, very quirky watch, but honestly that's why I love it. It's a weird design. It's a clock tower. In English, it's inspired by an English clock tower, and for me it's just beautiful. I have to be honest, it's not really a watch that I wear daily because of the design. So it's been a watch that whenever I put it on, it feels like something a little bit special and a little bit unique. I chose the champagne dial because it was something I didn't have in the collection yet. I also thought the teal dial was beautiful, but a little bit less wearable for me personally than the champagne dial. So that's why I chose the champagne dial. Well, the dimensions are incredible, but I have an incredibly tiny wrist. So on me, it looks a little bit chunky and a little bit big, but I kind of like it. On Bruno, it looks impeccable as well. So I truly, really do feel like anyone can, even though it's a quirky design, anyone can wear the watch just because of the dimensions. The only downside that I feel like is because I have such a tiny wrist, the strap is on the smallest size. And right now it's fine because right now it's a little bit warmer, so it fits perfectly. But I also wore it when it was a little bit colder and my wrist was a little bit like smaller, and the watch was just dancing around. It was going up and it was going down, and I just could not wear it because the strap was just not fitting properly. I also don't like the other strap. So it's incredible that you get, for the price that you buy the watches, even if you don't buy them in early birds special, the price quality is amazing, and you even get an extra strap. I hate the strap, and that's for a very simple reason. I don't know if the other straps also have this, but the suede strap on the side, maybe I'm also a little bit sensitive towards it, but on the side it just feels icky. I don't know how to explain it. It's like some people really get bothered by the sound of nails scratching against a chalkboard. Sometimes I get bothered by certain textures, and yeah, the suede strap, whenever I touch it, whenever I put it on, I feel the sides like, I don't know how to explain it. It just doesn't feel nice. Maybe that's wear, and maybe if you wear the strap a little bit more, it wears off, but I really didn't like it, so therefore I didn't touch it until I wanted to shoot a B-roll for this video and show the strap also on the watch and on my wrist, and it was still the same, and I don't like it whatsoever. The strap itself is beautiful. It's incredibly soft. It's incredibly subtle. Like, for a leather strap, I've never had any of them come out of the box so flexible. So that is great. But for me personally, the sensory thing, yeah, not so much. So those are already two little things that I would say is constructive feedback, or things that I personally don't really like about the watch. It's the strap size. I would have loved for at least a metal bracelet to have an extra hole. Just one was enough, because I do know that I have an incredibly tiny wrist, but just one. Also on the strap, and maybe the side, maybe it just needed a little bit, I don't know, a little something to make it less itchy or scratchy. The case is incredible. The finishing is incredible. There's nothing to say about that. But those are just my two small icks about this watch. Design wise, I think I've already talked about this a little bit. I think it's a very unique design, or I thought it was a very unique design. But then recently Bruno actually found another watch. I think it was a Seiko. We can put a picture on the screen right now that looked very similarly. Now, I'm not saying that the design was copied. I'm not saying anything like that. Maybe Kieron just didn't know. Top tier ticker just didn't know when he was designing the watch, or maybe he did and he took some inspiration. I'm honestly of the idea that that's something unavoidable nowadays. Everyone has, like, everything is already made, or almost everything is already made. So it's still a unique watch. The colors are still different. The strap is different. So yeah. But that's something I did want to mention. So we did find a watch. We didn't really go searching for it, but we did find one that was very similar. Another thing that I don't really like about the watch is the back case. So in the back case there is an engraving, and it's incredibly personal. And even though I think it's sweet, for me it feels like something you would put on your personal watch more than you would put on a watch to just produce and for people to buy. Even though I don't hate it, I don't hate the design. I think it's a very cute picture. I also think that the story is incredibly sentimental and very nice. But me personally, I would have loved an open case back, or at least the option. I think the movement is incredibly beautiful, and that's something I would have loved to see. Or just, had the option to choose, like, yes on the engraving or no on the engraving. So that's another thing that I would like to mention. When it comes to the movement, this is my first hand-wound watch, so I don't have any material to compare it, but it winds very nicely. Bruno had a watch from his great grandma, and it was a hand winding watch, and I wound it and something went wrong, and it was very scary because you didn't really feel like when to stop. With this watch, not a problem. You can wind it, you feel it when you need to stop, even if you want to keep on winding and you would break the movement. You would really have to be the Hulk to have the power to actually break the movement. So that's another thing that is actually a very nice thing about this watch. I know that I've seen videos like Kieron kind of wants to change the movement, but for me personally, I think it's a nice movement. I think it looks beautiful. I would have even loved to see it on an open case back, and it winds perfectly. Now, when I wear this watch, the power, it lasts pretty long. So if I can wear it in complete day, and then I can wear it even a second day, and I think it lasts either the full day, or I just have to wind it a little bit more in the afternoon, and it's good to go. So that is something very nice. It's, yeah, sure, you have to wind it. I think it's also something nice. It's like a little mindfulness moment in the morning, or yeah, it's just a little calming moment to just wind your watch, and I feel like that is very nice. Would this be a watch that stays in my collection? Is a question I ask myself from time to time, and I don't know. To be completely honest with you, I honestly don't know. I'm not the person who likes to have a very big collection. I have some watches, but I don't like a big collection because I am of the opinion that you should wear your watches. I'm not the type of collector who just has watches sitting in a box because they're pretty. So I feel like maybe in a year, if I stop wearing it, or maybe in 2 years, if I stop wearing it, it could potentially it could potentially be a watch that I would later on rehome or find a nice home for. It's nothing personal, but it is what it is. And I think the reason would mainly be that I can only wear it in summer when my wrist is a little bit thicker, so the watch actually fits. And you can say, sure, you can buy another strap that fits properly, but I actually really love it on the metal bracelet. I think I prefer that look. For me personally, it feels like a real tower wrapped around your wrist. So I think that would be the main reason. If I would ever say goodbye to this watch, that would be it. Despite that, whenever my wrist is on the proper size, it wears very, very comfortable. It fits like a glove. I wear it to work. I go walking to work for like 40 minutes. I wear it the entire day, and it fits like a glove. The legibility is perfect. Like during sessions, I do have to maintain the time, of course, and I can just glance over on the watch. Some people say like, maybe it's not that legible. I personally don't really find any trouble with that, or I've not experienced any trouble with the legibility. I can just glance over and see the time perfectly. It also doesn't lose time during the day, or at least I've not really seen it lose time. I don't know if that's actually a thing for hand-wound watches, but something else to mention. So yeah, overall I think it's a very pretty watch. I think it's a very nice design. Maybe it's not the most unique design, but when's the last time we've seen something that doesn't remind us of something else, right? I think it's a very good first launch, and I've seen that there's other launches. Me personally, even though I like the other design, the black one with the bee, of the Manchester bee, I think it's a pretty design too, not my personal taste. But I'm very curious to see if there's going to be other watches and how they would look like. If there's going to be other designs and how they would look like. So yeah, I think overall it's a pretty watch. I think it's suitable for, like, if my wrist fits, any wrist can fit it. So I think it's a suitable watch for everyone. Whenever I put it on, it just puts a smile on my face, and I think that's the most important thing when it comes to watches. So that was my very quick, short review of this watch. If you have any questions, if you have any remarks, if you own this watch and you would another Dow color and you would like to share something, please let me know in the comments. And yeah, that was my first solo video, so see you in the next one. Bye bye.